Take them to the board.
Okay. The board is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more. Record recap. Mike is 26-19. I'm 28-21. We're both 58%. That's the right side of things. Not good enough. Okay.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough.
We're not going to go 6-1 every week or 5-0 every week.
Lies. Santa Claus is real.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go. The first game is in Germany. Chiefs -1.5 against the Dolphins. It's the delivery of the week, and it's brought to you by Hungry Howie's Flavor Crust Pizza, the official pizza of Cash the Ticket. I know what I'm supposed to do here. I'm supposed to take the Dolphins with Ramsey back and Howard back, everybody backing the public Chiefs. I know I'm supposed to bet the Dolphins here. I'm just having a hard time because the stats on Mahomes off a loss. He's 14-3 straight up, and he's 14-4-1 against the number when he's favored by 3 or less. But everybody is betting Kansas City off a loss. Everybody's betting Patrick Mahomes, so it's Dolphins or pass, right?
Yes. And here's the thing. I was looking at the weather in Germany, a phrase I never imagined I would say on this podcast. It is going to be a windy game. So it's interesting.
Hey, now, you know what you should do? And it's backed by the thing we like, money differential.
What's that?
We didn't have a friendship total. Not in the college episode, but Mike, no, you're going to do this.
No.
28% of the bets are on the under, but 84% of the money. Windy, bogged down, corners back for the Dolphins. I think we play under 51 points. Come on, this is capped out well. You're in.
I'm in. But I'm also in on the Dolphins.
Both.
I think, look, I like Kansas City. They're not a bad football team. We know this, but they're not the Chiefs. This offense is not what it's supposed to be, and they're more of a defensive team. I get it to the under. I love Ramsey and Xavier Howard being back for Miami. You throw a little bit of wind in the mix.
How about the other point?
A couple throws get affected. 51, I need the number.
Okay.
I'm in. But I actually think this is one where, tell me if I'm on crack. It's not quantifiable. But you know what I was thinking with this game?
What?
Who's had this game circled on the schedule?
Dolphins. Tyreek Hill.
Bang. Isn't this like a Tyreek Hill revenge game?
Yeah.
Like, am I not? Now, here's your problem. If you're a Chiefs bettor, this is supposed to be a home game for you. This is a Chiefs home game. Well, that's gone. If this thing was in Arrowhead, I don't think I ever take the Dolphins.
No.
But we're over in Frankfurt. I'm actually leaning Dolphins here. Now, I'll play the under. I like your stat.
By the way, both teams top 5 or 6 in pressures too. Defenses are underrated for both these teams.
Yeah. Am I crazy for leaning Dolphins?
No, that's what I said. I think
I
that's
don't
what
like
you're
the Chiefs in the
supposed to
red
do.
zone at all.
I know. Tyreek Hill's player prop, 92.5 receiving yards.
That's your depart, buddy. I have no right to do
but I want to
props.
shepherd you into the world of player props. You don't have to play it, but just I like where your head's at. You found a matchup. Maybe you do a TD parlay at the end of the pod and we throw Tyreek Hill in. No. Okay,
Dolphins, I'm going to go Dolphins plus the 1.5, and I'm going to go under 51.
Great.
You talked me into the under. I wish you would have talked me into the Dolphins, but go ahead.
I will just play the under. Ravens, Seahawks. Baltimore -5.5. It's the 1 o'clock window. It's the best game in the window.
Yeah.
2 contenders facing off. Mike, I want the points north of a field goal. Seattle stops the run. Geno, very good against zone, which is what Baltimore primarily runs. And I've got a whole bunch of trend stats. You don't have to, you can do with these what you want. The Ravens are 5-11 against the spread as a home favorite since 2011. Lamar has struggled as a home favorite between 3 and 10 points. He's 4-15. That's a 21% hit rate. Pete Carroll, profitable as an underdog, 60%. Geno, profitable as an underdog, 59%. This is Seattle and the points, stopping the run. Geno makes enough plays to hang around. I go Seattle 5.5.
Totally disagree.
Evan, I think I put more into this cap than any single game, and he just shits on it immediately.
I'm not shitting
Nice work
on it.
over there, buddy, but it's actually Baltimore.
No, well, listen, if I had that
Lamar's going to have wings, and he's going to soar all over the field.
I do think there's an element of this is when you don't get to see Lamar very often and these two teams don't play.
Right.
It is very difficult to simulate what you're up against.
And he's great against NFC teams.
17-1 all time. Look, Seattle, I've said to you, my issue with Geno is processing. He will have a drive where he looks incredible, and then he will go entire quarters, and you're like, what? Baltimore is top 5 in offense, top 5 in defense, and you have a great stat regarding Baltimore using zone, Seattle eating up zone. Here's the one thing that's hard to account for. Is Seattle going to be able to operate in that manner with the immense pressure that Baltimore is going to bring their way?
Fair.
And this is a bias, it's not a fact. I hate betting Seattle when they got to fly across the country. I hate it. I know I can't quantify it. It's not S&P Plus. It's not Fenwick. It's not Corsi. It bothers me. And here's the last piece. Everything Cookie said to you guys is beautiful. It's gorgeous. Then why the fuck is the spread 5.5? Why isn't it Ravens minus 3.5 or 4.5? Why was this thing out to 6? I actually want to bet the Ravens here. And you know what? Look, unlike Jim, I admit when I'm wrong. Like Lamar's having
he just slips that in there.
Well, it's based on your Sooners nonsense. But Lamar's playing really, really well. And I'm not a Lamar guy. In fact, I'm anti-Lamar.
I know.
But I have a lot of respect for how he's altering his game. And I think there's a real legitimate connection between him and Todd Monken, the new OC. I know we got burned last week, Ravens, with maybe the worst backdoor cover of the year in Arizona. But that's still a game where take your gambling out of it. They went on the road in a lazy spot after a big win, and they dominated a bad team. That's the sign of a professional buttoned-up operation. And I look all 3 phases. Baltimore's the better team here. I'm going to lay the 5.5.
This is one of the most bet games of the week outside of Germany and Sunday Night Football. Public on Baltimore, 57% of the bets, only 34% of the money.
Yeah,
might be on the wrong side.
I might be. I don't like being against you. That's not fun to me.
We don't often differ.
No, and
sometimes I add a game that you don't play, but we don't go head to head a ton.
No, I don't like it. I don't. Oh, I fucking beat you. What are we, 12? I don't root against you, and you've turned a leaf. You don't root against me.
It was a little more of a season 1 me.
But
I'm reformed.
Yeah, it sucks I can't get on board with it. I'm going to lay to 5.5. I'm going to go Ravens. It's a tip of the cap to Lamar. It really is.
I'm proud of you. That is personal growth.
Well, I try.
Browns minus 8.5 against the Cardinals. And I know what you want to do.
Oh, man.
But I need to just caution tape.
This is
90+% of the public is hammering the Browns because of what you alluded to earlier. This is likely Clayton Tune. Yeah.
I've hated Clayton Tune since college.
Yeah, Houston.
I hate him. This defense is a machine. And if they went to Seattle. If Stefanski doesn't give the game away by asking Walker to throw it late, dude, this defense coming home, what's the weather in Cleveland this week?
How it normally is, probably lousy.
Arizona with a first-time starter. Kyler's not playing. He's been practicing with the practice squad. They're not going to roll him out there.
Not in this spot.
Come on, man.
Maybe one more week.
We got to bet the Browns. The public wins once in a while.
I know, but
we got to bet the Browns.
That's your team. You've been on them all along. But is Watson playing, and do you care at this point?
I do, and I'll tell you why. Believe it or not, he'll turn it over less than P.J. Walker.
Okay.
Now, that's not the sales pitch for a quarterback you owe $230 million to.
What's the deal there?
Couldn't tell you.
Because he says, on one hand, there's been talk about medical clearance, but then he says, I'm just following the medical guidance when it comes to limited practice, and he hasn't played.
Listen, I think the organization has done a really bad job of framing it.
Yeah.
You got the coach feeling one thing, the quarterback and his camp feeling another. No one's on the same page. Right now, I know what I think, and it doesn't make me feel good about Deshaun. But look, that's a side thing. Let's assume it's P.J. Walker. The Browns are going to line up and smash. The Cardinals should have no way to effectively move the ball. This defense will feast. I think, look, great defenses get a bump coming home.
Yeah.
They're off a loss.
Cardinals 1-4 against the number of the last 5. They've come down to earth after a feisty start. I get it.
I just have to do it, don't we?
We is way too liberally used there. You may do this. What do you got? 8.5? Flat 8?
8.
Okay.
I
Add it to your card.
I don't want to. It's a bloated number, but Jesus, Mary and Joseph, How? I know Arizona backdoored us last week. I know.
Mm-hmm.
But do you understand the step you're taking backwards?
I know it's a big
from
step.
Josh Dobbs to Clayton Tune?
Mm-hmm.
This is a whole new it's a whole new relationship between him and the receivers. And you're
I still don't have James Conner back. And I know DeMercado's dealing with the toe. They've been feeding him in the backfield.
I love DeMercado.
I know you do.
That's my boy from TCU. I loved him. I want to pull up weather in Cleveland. Let me just see. Let me talk myself
Go to the Doppler.
Let me talk
Let's
myself
get you the green screen behind you and like some storm formations coming in.
It's Jimmy Cookies on the fan. Weather's going to be okay. Be like 48, 49 degrees on Sunday. Let me just get something effective here. What time's this game? 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're going to be okay. It's just going to be a little chilly, but no big deal. There's no way I can get you in on this?
No. If you do this, you do this alone. You walk into this by yourself.
Is it you betting Arizona?
No. Don't do this thing where if you don't bet one side, you have to bet the other.
I'm not doing anything. I was asking a question, a query, if you will. I was simply wondering if you felt strongly about the other side but just didn't like it enough, or if you...
Well, no, like ordinarily I would say fade the public all over Cleveland, but it is Clayton Tune, so I can't bet Arizona. If Josh Dobbs is playing this game, I bet Arizona.
100%, but he's not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ponder this one. Oh my God, I hate
Ponder
this.
away.
I don't want to bet any of these. Go ahead.
Next matchup, Texans -2.5 against the Buccaneers. Is this a Houston bounce back? Longer week of prep for the Bucs. I feel like 2.5 wasn't much of an edge one way or another.
No. And again, look, it was an idiotic play by me last Friday. I was out of sorts. You
Texans
weren't here.
play, yeah.
You know, it was a rookie on the road laying
a full 3.
What is Tampa Bay? That's my question.
Yeah.
And then here's the other one. Do you think there is a natural regression to Stroud? Meaning, enough tape is out. We've seen who you are. You're good. You're advanced, but you're still a rookie. And now you have Todd Bowles, who knows defense, who's very aggressive. Do you just at any point go, you know what? Go with the Bucs. I don't want to.
Yeah, my lean was the other way.
Oh, no. Sell it.
Oh, it's not a hard sell, but I mean,
sell me this pen.
Will Anderson, game wrecker, get off the edge. Tampa's not a team that runs the ball well. Do I want to bet Baker Mayfield getting less than 3? Probably not. On the road? Probably not. But like you said, are we taking a rookie into a blitz factory? No, probably not. Not as a favorite. So there's no real edge here to me. This was a stay away. And like
I just
moving
added to your card for you.
Stop it.
Let's keep it moving.
Next one,
I can't get involved in that game. I can't.
This next one I'm excited to bet, and I think it scares you.
Oh, when I saw this in the notes, I thought you were trolling me. There is no way a hardworking American can place their money on the Chicago Bears in this spot with Pete Baget or whatever his name is.
You're making him sound fancy.
It's against what might be a top 5 defense? No way. Did you see the Bears last week?
I did, Mike.
Are you kidding me?
I did, Mike. Chicago, on the road, getting 8.5 in New Orleans.
Nope.
The side is the Bears.
Okay, you can sell it. This is me listening.
The idea that you'd bet Badgett against the Saints has everybody running for the hills, but you have to remember the Saints' offense is brutal. Brutal. 21 points per game. It's below average. At home, 16 points per game.
Have you looked at the Bears' defense?
And, Mike, here's the key. You're getting 8.5 in a game that should be low scoring because Dennis Allen has never been favored by more than 6. But when he is favored, his teams are a terrible 5-13-1 against the number. That's a 28% hit rate. Carr, not much better. He's 18-34-1 against the spread. That's a 35% win rate. And he's lost 13 of his past 21 when outright favored. So to me, this is a bet against the Saints scoring a ton. This is against the Saints running away with it. This is Bears hang in 8.5. It's a good number. 2-point conversions and all that. 8.5's a good number. I'll go against the public. I'll back the Bears.
I respect the shit out of you. I can't get there. I can't find my way to a side. I'm with you in everything you said about the Saints laying big numbers. Derek Carr is horseshit laying big numbers. But the Bears, buddy, they may have gone to the radioactive pile for me. Now, hey, 2-3 weeks from now, we see the Bears catching 13 or something on it. Hey, it'll be a different conversation. I have to sit back and watch. I was mortified at what I saw the Bears do last week, catching 9.5 from the Chargers. Mortified. So, hey, I got no problem. I'll root for you. I hate Derek Carr. I loathe him. I'll root like hell for you. I can't do it, buddy.
Okay.
God bless. #blessed.